We often look at the Second Italo-Ethiopian War as just another colonial conflict, but to truly understand it, we have to understand the myth of Benito Mussolini. This war wasn't about land, it was the inevitable climax of fascist ideology. It was a war for prestige, fueled by a desperate need for internal concessions. First, we must define the engine behind the word fascism. Fascism was born from the chaos following World War One. Italy was on the winning side, but country felt cheated out of the spoils of war. A feeling known as the mutilated victory in 1919 amidst economic crisis and fear of a communism. Mussolini rose to power, promising order, but fascism is not just a dictatorship, it was a totalitarian system. Mussolini's famous maxim was everything with the state, nothing outside the state, nothing against the state. The core idea relevant to our topic today is the ultranationalism and the culture of violence. Fascism believed that peace was weak. They believed that war was regenerative, that it cleaned the nation and provided strength. They were obsessed with the Roman Empire. To them, Italy had a historical right to control the Mediterranean and East Africa. This concept was called spatio vitale, vital space. Basically, the ideology dictates that a nation must be expand or die. So, how did this theory translate into reality? In 1935, sorry, Mussolini decided it was time to act. The excuse was a minor border skirmish and the wall oasis, but the invasion was already planned. In October of 1935, Italy was invaded Ethiopia from two fronts: Ethiopia in the north and Somalia in the south. This was a war of modern age against the Middle Ages. Italy brought 5,000 soldiers, tanks, and airplanes. The Ethiopian force, the Ethiopian force hailed seals, fought bravely, but were equipped with outdated rifles and spears. They did not have correct weapons to fight against France. Italy. Oh, that's a horrible thing that we should take because it's the modern warfare to middle age technology that abuse. But however, then came Switzerland. On May 5, 1935, 36, Italian troops under Malash Magalio Bolio marched into the capital and Babea. Then came Swiftly on May 15, 36. The emperor, Haile Selassie, was forced into exile, and 4 days later, Mussolini appeared on the balcony of Palazzo Venezia in Rome to proclaim the return of the empire after 15 centuries. King Victor Emmanuel III became the emperor of Ethiopia. So, Now connect the dots. Why did Mussolini launch this war in that year specifically? We have to take a look at Mussolini's internal situation. By the mid-30s, the initial excitement of the fascism revolution was fading. The Great Depression had hit Italy's economy hard. Unemployment was rising. Mussolini needed a massive distraction. He needed to unite the people against a common enemy. He manipulated the international reaction perfectly. When the League of Nations imposed weak economic sanctions on Italy, Mussolini spun the narrative. He told Italians, the world is jealous of us. They want to stop us for having our place in the sun. Wow. This created a massive wave of patriotism. There were even a ceremony called the Gold of the Fatherland, where millions of Italian women gave their gold-winning rings to the state to fund the war. All of this specific moment, Mussolini's popularity was at absolute peak. But all gonna end. In conclusion, the invasion of Ethiopia was not an accident. It was necessarily of the system. You cannot preach for 10 years that you are a warrior race. Here's road to Rome, and they say at home ideology demands war. However, this victory was a trap. While Mussolini won the war, he lost a strategic game. The war isolated Italy from its former allies, France and Great Britain. Isolated and sanctioned, Mussolini was pushed into the arms of the only leader who supported him, Adolf Hitler. The war in Ethiopia was a tactical triumph that sealed Italy's tragic fate in World War II. Oof, pues, that's all. Thank you, teacher. Have a good night.